Because Jay Prince, because I refused to sit down with you. Y'all called my manager and I told you I ain't sitting down with no. Now all of a sudden the mayor's office is getting calls.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Now, Charleston White has the city of Houston going crazy right now because originally he was supposed to show up for a show. It was looking like he was going to do a show there. And based on what he said recently, it was going to be a community event for the kids in the community to help protect the kids, help preserve the community. All good stuff, and salute to him for that, right? But what's crazy about it is he was widely disrespectful and public about the fact that he was going to Houston and wasn't anybody going to do anything to him. Basically thumbing his nose at Jay Prince and Mob Ties and letting them know they weren't going to do anything no matter what he said about them. Now, Jay Prince and them caught wind of this, and it looks like there might have been an issue between the local authorities and Charleston White to where he didn't feel like he was protected and that the event was protected. So he had to avoid the event altogether, man. So any money invested in it, anybody that he made promises to, he had to break just in order to keep safety of the people at the event and himself, right? He even posted a video where he reached out to the Houston police and talked about this, right?
James Prince, Houston Police Department sound like a bunch of to me. I see why rappers like run that. No wonder they mob ties. No wonder everybody got to check in, y'all. Now I'm checking in with the police department. Police department told me, hey man, you got a problem with Mr. James Prince. Austin, we hear you got a problem with James Prince. Man, we scared of him. I swear to God, y'all, I just got the call from the Houston's mayor's office and the gang unit police department in Houston, Texas. They are scared of fire to rap a lot.
Now you heard that, right? He got a call from the mayor's office and the local PD, and they said, hey man, you have a problem with Mr. James Houston, we can't help you. Now, if that isn't a shock, if that isn't a message, if that isn't scary for somebody who's supposed to be in that town, man, I don't know what is. So what he did was, he said, forget it. I'm going to go ahead and avoid all that and didn't go to the event. Well, Charleston White came online today and had something else to say about it and threw some more insults at Jay Prince, Mob Ties, and the Prince family, man. Now, before we play that video and get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Charleston White dissing Jay Prince and his whole crew again, man. This dude is fearless. I don't know if he's fearless or if he's crazy, man. You know what I mean? So let's actually look at this video he posted today, dissing Jay Prince and them again, man. This is wild.
Dirty, and I'm gonna tell Jay Prince this here. You can my. I'm telling Mob Ties, rap a lot. Y'all can. Do y'all hear that woman's voice? Do y'all hear the pain in that woman's voice? Now you been knowing this was a goddamn kids event for over a month, but because Jay Prince, because I refused to sit down with you, y'all called my manager and I told you I ain't sitting down with no. Now all of a sudden the mayor's office is getting calls. So
that's big, man. That's big. For the mayor's office to be getting calls about this hip hop situation, that is wild, man. Obviously, this is a community event, you know, for people in the local Houston community, and they got to maintain the safety, and they thought this event would not be safe with Charleston White there.
You mean to tell me you go put kids' life in jeopardy? Y'all calling the mayor's office and man, when we know it's a kids' event, and he speak, we go hurt him at a kids' event. That's why I hate you coward mob. That's why I hate you coward gangsters. That's why I hate you. You think all the power y'all got in Houston, y'all could have helped that woman in the organization, but you want to derail her event. Fuck you, James Prince. Fuck your punk sons too. And your weird daughter. That's a bitch.
Whoa. Now, he's a little upset, bro. Now, Charleston White went there, man. And based on what he's learned and having the whole Houston Police Department, mayor's office, and everybody reach out to him, you would think he would kind of tuck tail in this situation and not talk mess about Jay Prince and them anymore, especially if he has any future plans of going to Houston. But it looks like the opposite. You know, Charleston White, he does not hold his tongue, and he's letting it out right now. He's letting it be known that, he still doesn't respect Jay Prince and them, and he refuses to meet with them, even though they tried to reach out to his manager and set up a meeting. Now, that goes two ways. Charleston White might be smart for not taking that meeting. You don't know if that meeting with them would have been a violent altercation or interaction. So I wouldn't be taking any meetings behind door. If we want to meet, we'd have to meet at the mayor's office or something like that, or maybe even something more neutral than that. Maybe at the police station. Or based on what he's been saying, man, I don't know if there's anywhere in Houston neutrally that he could meet with them. So not taking that meeting is probably the smartest move he could have ever did, right?
Bruh.
But man, let's continue.
James Prince family. Go help somebody. Go help somebody. I hate you. I hate you. I'm willing to die, kill, and go to jail. The only reason I ain't show up is because Miss Pap called me. The police didn't say they wasn't gonna protect me because I got some that'll go against James Prince with me. Listen, James Prince run 5th Ward. He don't run Houston. That run 5th Ward. He don't run Houston. He don't.
Now, for some context, he comes from 5th Ward, James Prince and them, right? And remember, Takeoff and Quavo were driving through 5th Ward with Jay Prince Jr., I believe, or either Jazz Prince, prior to the shooting that took place, man. Now, what's wild about that, he's saying that Jay Prince only controls that part of Houston. But that's still to say a lot. A whole ward for somebody to have any type of control over that is a lot. That's saying a lot, man.
Run Texas. He don't run Dallas. He don't run that. Run 5th Ward and that Rap-A-Lot label. That don't run nothing else. And I tell that to his face, he don't run nothing. You got to pay somebody to do something, James.
Now he's being extra disrespectful, man. Tell us how you feel, Charleston White, man.
You got to pay somebody to do something, James. You ain't no that's go do nothing, James. You ain't no that'll take his shirt off. Please. I ain't scared of now one of you, homie. I think all you can sit down and pee when it come to a like me and the police. This is what I want to tell you, James Prince. When I talked to the FBI yesterday, the FBI want to know, why would Houston Police Department?
Now, y'all pay close attention to this part, because this is getting deep. You know what I mean?
The FBI is curious to know, James, why would the Houston Police Department give you a police report to an open murder investigation with people's names and statements on there? Who in the police department you got paying?
Now, Charleston White seems to be digging in the right direction, but don't dig too deep, man. I wouldn't go too deep in this, man, if I was him. It just seems like something you want to stay out of, Charleston White, but he's going there. So, man, he's asking a very valid question. With an open murder investigation, and they had the exact paperwork, and they brought it on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast and posted it on the screen and everything for everybody to see, where Migo Band's name was put out there and stuff. That's a good question.
Who you paying in HPD? Because everybody know you got the police on the payroll. The FBI just can't infiltrate the Houston Police Department to get them. Everybody know James Prince got the Houston Police Department on their payroll. That's why.
Now, one has to ask, why in the world would a record label need to have a police department under the payroll, man, under their payroll? You know what I'm saying? That's when we start to get into spooky territory. Like, man, are you a record label? What's going on here? You know what I mean? That's pretty deep.
When Trey and Zero was when them niggas jumping on Trey, that's why they did it in front of the Houston Police Department, and the Houston Police Department never stopped it. Y'all noticed that in that video, right? Why would the Houston Police Department?
Now, what he's talking about is when Trey the Truth, rapper from Houston, allegedly jumped on Zero. Him and his homeboys allegedly jumped on Zero. It was all over the news, right? Even Zero admitted that he got beat up, right? And he's suing or something like that, press charges. Weird situation because, the way we looked at Zero coming up, we never thought he'd be in that predicament. But he was getting beat up, and there was an officer there. Now, to be fair, that might have been a security guard.
Give James Prince and his son, who was at a open murder investigation, Why would they give him the police report where they got witness addresses and witness statements and witness names? Who in the police department is that crooked? Were they in bed with Rap-A-Lot mob ties? This is an open murder investigation. The FBI want to get Houston Police Department and Rap-A-Lot mob. They trying to connect the dots with them.
Now, man, leave Jay Prince and them alone. You know, if it's really like that, if it's that serious, like what he's talking about, and he's the one who couldn't do the show, who couldn't go to the event for the kids and all that. He's the one who couldn't go there. And he got the call from the mayor's office. So he's got a little bit more insight. If it's like that, I would stay clear away if you have any problem with Jay Prince and them. You know what I mean?
Too. And you can best believe there are people making phone calls right now today. You can best believe there are people making phone calls right now today to the FBI wanting to know, how does James Prince get a police report with witnesses' names and addresses and statements on it in an open murder investigation? Who dirty? What dirty cops working with Rap-A-Lot? Those are the questions we need to be asking. Not that we trying to shut down a Houston, Texas. Everybody knows Jay Prince is dirty and there's dead bodies around him and his goddamn sons. So let's get the FBI in on this, James.
Now, this is crazy because that would be wild if that's the next Rico we see. Now, I am not, knock on wood, because I am not wishing that on Jay Prince and them. As far as I know and as far as I'm concerned, it's a record label and they just got connections in the city from doing community work and stuff like that. But man, what he's talking about is wild.
Since you so bad, where you can shut down youth events, you ain't that bad. Shut your up. Quit crying. And I ain't never sitting down with no like you. Hit me in the mouth. I keep telling you, if don't none of you like what I'm saying, you kill me or hit me in the mouth or shut your up, nigga. Cause I ain't gonna quit talking. Can't no put no muzzle on my mouth. James, you and your group of gangsters. Yeah, so y'all just heard it from Miss Pap yourself, man. Ain't nobody shutting anyway. Ain't no comedy show. I don't know where these get no comedy show from. My comedy show is in Virginia. I told y'all I was going to Houston to do a community event.
Now, in that video, and that's the end, pretty much he goes on to talk about how, you know, the reports about him having an actual show were wrong, that he was doing a community event. You know what I mean? Something for the community. Nothing where he was going to get paid, I believe. I believe it was for free, and he even spent money out of his pocket. But for even a community event, to not allow him to be going there or it would get shut down or something would happen, that says a lot, man. That says a lot. That means somebody has a lot of pull and a lot of power. And right now, I guess we're looking at Jay Prince because Charleston White is still upset and he seems like he's still on the defensive. But if they can come with a peaceful resolution, because I'm sure, man, Charleston White wants to still be able to go to Houston and entertain, but right now he's drawn a line to where it's like him against Houston, you know what I mean? And I don't think that's what he wants, man. And even in the video, he kind of harped on the fact that Jay Prince only runs 5th Ward of Houston. He doesn't run all of Houston. And in his prior video, he kind of dissed the whole Houston, but I think he's going back on that, man. I think he's got a lot of love in Houston because the people he was doing the community event for was in Houston. But, man, this situation is getting wild, man. Now, with that, what do you guys think this is going to end up? Like, Charleston White was throwing out some heavy language there towards Jay Prince and his family and everybody who's with mob ties. And he's also been dissing them continually online. Do you think there'll be a peaceful resolution in this, or should we keep all these people away from each other at best? You know what I mean? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.